guys, welcome back to the channel. So the conflict with China continues to rise because now China's offended because we're shooting down their balloons. You know, it's typical because they own the United States pretty much. Um, so so and this administration allows it to pretty much happen. And they'll get as much data as they want with TikTok and all that stuff. So yeah, so they shut down another weather kind balloon. So I'm saying weather kind because that's what they claim, but it is a spy balloon with a bunch of instruments on it that could actually imagery and all that stuff. But let's read this one. The U.S. military on Saturday local time shut down a suspected Chinese spy balloon off the Carolinas coast after it traversed sensitive military site across North America, drawing a threat of repercussions from China. Joe Biden issued the order but had wanted the balloon down even earlier. On Wednesday, he was advised that the best time for the operation would be when it was over water, U.S. officials said. Military officials determined that bringing it down over land from an altitude of 18,000 meters would pose an undue risk to people on the ground. Okay, that makes sense. China responded that it reserved the right to take further actions, and an obvious overreaction had a serious violation of international practice. It is in a statement Sunday, China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs said that China will resolutely uphold the relevant companies' legitimate rights and interests, and at the same time reserving the right to take further action in response. In New Zealand, an MFAT spokesperson told One News, "We acknowledge that it is in New Zealand's interest that the U.S. and China relationship is managed in a way that reduces friction. There are still a lot of questions to be answered, but we understand U.S. concerns regarding this incident." Look, guys, if this administration had any balls of any sort or any backbone of any sort, entering a U.S. airspace unauthorized will or should have responded with military action, because that's a threat to the United States. So you have an unidentified balloon coming into the U.S. airspace. Now think about this for a second. They knew the balloon was coming. They saw it coming. Yet they did nothing. Because as soon as it hits, it came from China, so it came from the west side because it's closer to the U.S. So they didn't do nothing. They let it just float over the U.S. airspace all the way to the Carolinas, North Carolina. I think it was Outer Banks somewhere. It got whatever it wanted. Now, there is a possibility that we were able to hack the equipment, jam it. I doubt it, but let's play devil's advocate. This is not the first one. Apparently, this is a fourth balloon. There was another one in Alaska. So, and China's upset because we shot it down. Of course it's going to be upset. And this administration has zero backbone. They know nothing. They won't do nothing because they're in the pocket of the Chinese. They are bought and paid for. To the extent of, look at this story. Look at this story. China satellite beams green laser over Hawaii, right? It's for environmental purposes, guys. Environmental. I'm going to play this video for you guys so you guys can listen.
Camera. Japanese and local astronomers say a Chinese satellite was recently seen beaming down green lasers over the islands. This video captured atop the Subaru telescope on Mauna Kea, operated by the National Astronomical Observatory of Japan. Bryce Moore has the story.
The lasers flash for just a couple seconds. Initially thought to be from a NASA altimeter satellite, the Japanese put out a correction note on Monday saying NASA scientists found a most likely candidate as the ACDL instrument by the Chinese Daqi-1 AEMS satellite. I went to a University of Hawaii astronomer who read up on AEMS instruments.
It's a Chinese satellite that is measuring pollutants, among other things. It has many different instruments on it, some kind of topographical mapping, or they're also used for measuring stuff in the Earth's atmosphere. And I think that's what it is. It's an environmental measurement satellite.
I also sat down with the former chief of staff of Marine Forces Pacific. He had some questions.
I'm not sure, this is my opinion, why the Chinese, who are probably some of the most prolific polluters on the planet, would be collecting data on pollutants on this side of the Pacific.
Both experts say this isn't explicitly a spy satellite. It is cataloged and known by governments around the world.
The U.S. has satellites that do the same thing. So in this case, despite all of the flurry, well-deserved flurry about Chinese spy satellites and other devices, this one is just orbiting Earth and has a known orbit.
The footage was taken January 28th, before the recent incident where a Chinese balloon traversed over the mainland U.S. before being shot down off the coast of South Carolina. Which brings the question, how much is the Chinese military seeing?
They can shut down any communication nodes that they want if they believe that, I think, the public is getting too much information. So yeah, I think it's more probably military than anything else. That's makes sense.
I had to ask,
is this a risk to locals, to Hawaii?
No, it's not a risk to Hawaii or any place else. We have aircraft making these.
All right, so you hear both sides of it, right? It's for environmental purposes, and the other guy says, I don't think so. I don't think so. It's not for environmental purposes. China could care less about the environment. They're not ones to care about the environment. They have these instruments up there so they could actually see terrain. They do analysis on the terrain because they can easily take over Hawaii to start with. It's a possibility. I don't know. It's a theory. It's not for sure, but who knows? Nobody knows because nobody talks about it, right? Unless stuff like this happens, somebody captures these lasers are being, beaming down Hawaii. How come in all these years that we are alive, this is the first time that these lasers have been reported? It's a phenomenon to most people. I bet you nobody knew that a satellite can shoot down green lasers. Right? Could these lasers be harmful? Who knows? Nobody knows. But somebody happened to catch it. Has this been reported before? Not that I know of. Maybe there has been, but I haven't seen it. This is not something that, actually been reported on. So, make your own conclusion out of it, guys. But we are a lot closer to World War III. With damn Ukraine in the play, they keep want to shove money down Ukrainian throat, keep giving Ukraine military equipment, keep enticing Russia, in which Russia, I forgot one of the military personnel, somebody, they're like, why don't we just bomb UK, United Kingdom? It will escalate, guys. This is gonna escalate. This administration is oh gosh. I mean, these people are just dumb. How come no one has asked for peace talks except Elon? Elon is the only one who's like, hey, peace talks or no more, Starlink. And you have politicians saying, oh, well, we know which side Elon's on now. Right? They're bashing Elon. Elon was the first person to give Ukraine Starlink for free, for a good amount of time. That costs money. It's not free. And guess who's paying for it now? We are, right? The Americans. They're paying for the Starlink equipment and the services. So again, make your own conclusion out of this, guys. But we are on a downward slope. We are losing constantly. We're losing on every front. Every front. Economics. We are losing on health. We are losing our minds. We are losing our society. We are losing everything. Everything. We are on a losing slope to a point that we are a joke. Our military is a joke. Our administration is a joke. Our party system is a joke. Everything is a joke now. Nothing serious. I don't take any of them serious anymore. Nobody fears us. Nobody cares. Everybody's laughing at us. You know, everybody said, "Oh, Trump is gonna, start World War III. Everyone, we're the laughing stock of the nation. We're the laughing stock of the world." But now we can see who's the laughing stock. The truth shall set you free, right? As much as these idiots thought Trump was making the United States a laughing stock of the world, it was the opposite. They feared him because they didn't know what he was going to do. But Biden, they read him 10 years ago because he's Obama 2.0. They know the playbook of the Democrats. This is what Democrats do. They are the party of destruction. They've destroyed everything. They destroyed the Middle East. They destroyed every city they control, every state they control. They have destroyed it beyond repair. 27 out of 30 states controlled by Democrats has been destroyed beyond repair. It cannot be fixed anymore. It's destroyed. Its economy is destroyed. Its society is destroyed. People in there are suffering. So don't take my word for it, guys. Go do the research. You'll get exactly what I'm talking about. Peace out.